your clinical grade. You will go to clinical the last week of April and the first week of May. And you will be in either a LTAC setting or a nursing home setting, and you will be graded on your clinical performance. That is worth 60% of your grade. We have had students who failed to show up or left early or didn't communicate, and they failed the course because of that, because it carries such a weight in this class. So that is where the majority of your grade is coming from in this class, is not only going to clinical, but being competent in clinical, being professional at your clinical experience, treating your patients with dignity and respect, and taking everything that you learned from our lab and applying it to that clinical, okay? So that's where 60% of your grade is coming from. These assignments that we are posting weekly, that's 10% of your grade. ATI, we're going to talk in depth about in a few minutes, but that's going to be a portion of your grade. Your proctored exam is going to be worth 10%, and then the effort that you put forth on your remediation is going to be worth 5%. And then the remaining portion of this course is coming from the stuff that we do, that stuff that I teach you, and the return demonstrations that you show me in class, okay? So the way that we had to work this out, because this is a hands-on learning class, and I can't really social distance you guys very well, given we even had to split them in groups before the pandemic was a thing, because you have to be able to get hands-on. You have to be able to practice blood pressure cuffs, and I don't have 55 blood pressure cuffs and stethoscopes, So that is why you guys are broken into groups. But because y'all are broken into groups, it makes you have to do some independent practice. The videos, I know, y'all, I went to college. I'm not that old. I mean, I'm a little bit old, but I'm not incredibly old. I know it is painful to watch videos. I know it's boring. I know it's difficult. And I know you play them in the background and you don't really listen to what they're saying. I know this, but that is your class time for me. I don't have the time to go and say, guys, this is how you shave a patient, step 1, do this, step 2, do this. I'm not going to do that in class. We're going to watch the videos independently. You are going to take notes, bullet point, kind of make yourself a little summary. And then you're going to come to my class and we're just going to practice. I'm going to give y'all scenarios, and we're going to have hands-on stuff. And we're going to, we're going to shave balloons, and you're going to move me up and down in the bed, and you're going to transfer me. You're not going to put, any catheters or anything like that in. But we have all of that practice stuff to do in person when we're together. But I need y'all to be prepared when you arrive to my class. That's a big deal for me. If this is important to you, then you will take the 3 hours to watch the videos. And if you didn't watch the videos and you ask me foolish questions during class, that's where you'll be negatively impacted on that 15% of your skills lab grade. Does that make sense to you guys? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. They're not busy work. They're not just like, let me give them something to do. And in addition to that, they count towards your clock hours that the board says that we have to do for y'all, okay? So that entrance ticket is basically your documentation saying, yes, I watched all of this stuff that I said that I watched. Yes, I've been exposed to all of this information, and I am prepared to step foot in this class. When you sign that and you did not do your stuff, you're falsely documenting, and that's a big deal to us. Elroy, I see that you have your hand up. Is that an accident, or you already got a question for me?
The question was, do you want us to scan it and bring it to you, or?
So in the future, I want you to either have, I like to have a hard copy because I put it in y'all's folder, and it's kind of, like I said, my proof for y'all. For this week, you can, I know you haven't even done the ATI yet, so I'm not super stressed about it this week. But once we complete that ATI, you can email it to me, or if we're already back in class by that point, you could bring it to me. Either way. But I don't really need it yet because you haven't done the ATI thing. So it would just be a duplicate if you sent it to me. So don't send me anything yet. I got 1 or 2 from y'all, which is fine. But just hang tight until we do the ATI.
This entrance ticket is
located. But moving forward, I want you to bring it. That way I can file it in your folder.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
This entrance ticket is located where?
So within each module, and Miss Borders helped me set those up because, like I said, I was kind of consumed with farm, but I'm going to be manning all that from now on. They are located under, if you go in Canvas, it has the week. It says, I think it says the 28th and 29th skills lab or whatever. It's right underneath there. And all it has, it just says, you know, that you watch the demo videos, you completed ATI. It's really just a checklist, and you put a check next to it and you sign it. And like I said, that's just for me to, it's kind of an outline for you to know what you're responsible for the week. And it's also a way for me to see if you followed through on your end of the bargain. I know that up until yesterday, so some of the, because Ms. Borders was doing my class, some of the updated stuff from last semester didn't get updated to these first two things. So I know that y'all were having difficulty accessing and submitting your stuff. That should be corrected now. And also, I know that some of the videos for some of the things, like for 19.2, were missing. If you watch all the videos that are present, you know, if you just watch all the videos, you're not missing anything. It's just that those weren't the updated assignments. But the pages should still be correct in your book, and that should not happen moving forward because I have all of the updated files and I'll be uploading them myself. It was just that she didn't have those and I didn't realize she didn't have them. I see another hand up. London, what you got?
So I was going through the demo videos, and one of the things I saw was for like the bed making, there's multiple videos for the exact same thing. Like it's the exact same instructions over and over again. It's 3 different videos.
So if it's a duplicate, don't watch it. That was kind of one of those things as well. What happened was, and I don't want y'all to think I'm super disorganized, I transferred my whole course from last semester over to Ms. Borders, but she had already had some stuff in there. And so it all kind of like meshed together, and it uploaded some of the same things twice. So after this week, that will not happen. Make sure that you watch making an occupied bed and making an unoccupied bed. Those should really be the only 2 different ones. And we are going to do that hands-on. But I just don't want y'all to be clueless about it. But no, I don't expect you to watch 4 videos on the exact same thing. I'm not that horrible. And sometimes you will see, we try to pull most of these videos from Elsevier, one of the textbook resources that we have. Sometimes we're pulling them from YouTube. We try really hard not to do that. So if you do see some inconsistencies, let us know. And I will do like a mini lecture, like 20 minutes at the beginning of class to clarify y'all's questions and, you know, just kind of outline the day for y'all. So bring forth your questions. I mean, I'm definitely willing to answer those and kind of show you an in-person demo, but not, you know, I don't expect you to just come in there clueless. I see a question that says, should we have a 19.2 assignment? Let me look. I don't think so. I didn't post them though, so let me clarify. Let me look before I tell you yay or nay.
I didn't see one, but I heard you speak on it. That's why I was just asking.
I probably made up that number because all those numbers have changed, but I will look right now to make sure.
It's just funny that was the only number we didn't have.
Right, go figure, huh? Let's see. 19.1, 19.3, and 19.4. In the future, those will be labeled and it'll say stuff like discussion, bed making discussion board, or it'll be a little bit more labeled with something specific, you know, regarding the assignment that you're given. That way, when I refer to it, y'all will know what I'm talking about. Okay. So everybody is kind of understanding that everything that you're responsible for a given week will be under its own individual module for that week. Everybody's good with that? That makes sense. You'll have an entrance ticket each week. You will have ATI assignments each week, and I'm fixing to go into ATI, and you'll have some sort of, you know, some hard copy, something for you to submit to me. The culmination of all of the assignments are usually worth about 50 points per week. And that's where those those points are coming from that 10% of your grade. Sade, I see you have your hand up. What's up?
The assignments you just called out, those are due Friday on the 29th, right?
Yes, with the exception of ATI, because I know that ATI is still not up and running for y'all.
Okay.
But those other ones are due.
Okay.
Okay, and you should be able to submit it as a PDF. Let me know, or a Word document or whatever. It should have a place to attach it now. If you're one of the students that try to do it ahead of time, or early, and you could not do, you couldn't submit it, that has been fixed. Lindsay, I see you have your hand up. What you got?
I'm just on ATI right now, and I'm going on my ATI, and I go by product, and there's nothing there. Is that?
And I'm going to explain that to you. And are we ready to move on to ATI?
Make sure
that's where most of the issues are coming in. So I'm going to tell you all about why that's happening and what your current responsibilities are. And then Sarah, I see your hand up too.
I just had a question about the stuff in like the 19.1. So when you say like submit things via PDF, are you just asking for like the last question, or it just says describe the proper way to give each bath, or?
Yeah, I think it has like a list out, and I do apologize for not knowing these assignments very well. Because I was totally.
It says like administering a bed bath and pericare, tub bath, or shower. Like, so you want us to describe each of those things?
Yes, at the bottom it says describe the proper way to give each type of bath. So just give me a heading, with the type of bath, and just give me bullet points. First gather this, second. And I know all of this seems like incredibly simple, but we are going to build on it. So it's going to get more involved as we go along. A lot of this too is just making sure that you can submit stuff and go through your book and read what you're supposed to read. But yeah, whatever it says at the bottom of those, for future assignments, it'll be a little more detailed as far as, it'll be laid out a little bit better for you. But read those things and describe the proper way to give each of those, and then just submit me a hard copy, not hard copy, but electronic copy of those answers. All right, let me answer some of these questions. Lindsay, did you have another question, or I took care of you?
You took care of mine. I'm just trying to figure out there we go. I fixed it.
Let's see. And some people put them up on accident. Elroy, you have a question?
Yeah, Miss Trailer, I had accidentally I watched the videos, and then when it came to like the text entry, I just put I watched the videos. I didn't fully read it. Because on some of them, they just say, doc, that you watched it.
So go back and make sure that you fully answer the question. If you did not fully answer the question, and it will not let you resubmit, you can send it to me in email. But make sure that you tell me, hey, this is Elroy, this is what this is. Generally speaking, unless you mess up, I don't want all of that via email because it's too much. I have too many different classes, but if you messed up this time, you get a pass.
Yep.
And I will take a submission via email.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. London.
So, as we're doing these assignments, and I know some of us waited for the Q&A, and some of us have been doing them. If we already submitted the assignments, will we be able to redo them if they're not in the format that you want?
So I am not sure if they are, as long as you answer the question. For this first one, I truly don't care about the format. I appreciate that you went ahead and kind of did your thing. As long as you answered the question, I'm fine with whatever format. But if you don't feel comfortable with it and it won't let you resubmit, just send it to me in email. This one time and one time only. Do y'all hear me? Do not flood my emails with your assignments moving forward. This is a 1 week pass. Okay.
Ms. Trailer, you can also after you submit, you can also go to the comment and you can put your answer in the comment, so you can.
I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with that. But don't just directly send it to my email, because it won't show you. It won't show that you submitted anything in Canvas, and I won't go looking for it. Bendel, is it Bendel? Is that how you say it, or did I say it wrong earlier?
Bendel.
Bendel. I thought I said it wrong. Okay.
So I submitted my assignments, and I'm looking at the submission, like the rubrics, and I do all my notes on GoodNotes, and it kind of put everything out of order, but everything is numbered, but it came out of order. Is that fine?
If it looks as long as I can comprehend it, I'll be all right. If it looks like a hot mess, I'll let you know.
Okay.
What else? We ready to move on to ATI? Okay. So ATI, I'm sure Ms. Borders gave you the whole spiel on ATI, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. ATI is it is a resource that we have as a college. And so y'all have a lot of good instructors at the college that you're going to. But the people at ATI, they also have viewed all of these NCLEX exams, and they have been part of those test making teams and all of that. And there's a very close connection with the NCLEX. So you can make all A's in school and fail the NCLEX, and you're not a nurse, okay? If you can't pass your state boards, if you can't pass NCLEX. So ATI, as you go throughout the program, it gives us predictors. So we give you stuff and it gives you a score, and then we give you assignments and it gives you a score. And at the end of each semester, you take like a comprehensive exam, and basically it compiles all of these together. So we'll do one for foundations, and then when you get to my pharmacology class, we'll do one for pharmacology and mental health and so on and so on. And it gives us a grade, and it basically says your probability of passing NCLEX is ... So if your probability of passing NCLEX is 50%, it is much better for us to know that during your second semester of school than it is for us to know that your senior year. Y'all understand that? So these ATI assignments, in addition to being worth points, they're really building up your ability to pass the NCLEX, okay? So because we purchase, it's a pretty expensive program. It's covered in your tuition, the college pays for some, yada, yada. We have to let everybody's like financial aid get settled and all of this purchasing stuff on the back end before we can buy the product, okay? So your current job is to create the account. I made y'all that PDF that says, go here, choose this as your school. I believe Miss Borders posted it under important information. I'm pretty sure she put it there for me because I emailed it to her. And it says, go in, create this, make sure that you have your email in there, make sure that you choose Hammond as your school, and it goes into all of this. Your only current job is to create that account. So as soon as purchasing tells us you can add your products, so you can type in that CDN number on that other PDF that you were given, but nothing's going to happen because it's not fully been approved for purchasing on our end. You'll have it, I promise, but there's still some kind of, y'all know all this, we've had people drop from our class because of financial aid drama and all of this stuff. We're settling in on all of that. And whenever they give the go ahead, everybody that's going to be in this ATI cohort is in this cohort, then we can, officially have the product purchased. We have not gotten the yes, that's complete. So if you've completed your account and you've tried to add that CDN number and it shows nothing, we know that it's not going to show anything, okay? So your only current job is to have the ATI account. You will get an announcement from myself, and you will also be verbally told by Miss Borders in class when that is a go. But if you don't have your account set up, then we're kind of screwed on our end because you didn't do your thing, and then we're adding it after the fact and all that. So if you have not created an ATI account, when we get off this call, I need you to create one, okay? Because if when we get that product, you don't even have an account, it's going to be a whole big drama filled thing that I'm not interested in dealing with. So make sure you create that account. I promise to let you guys know when you can access your products. And because those products aren't visible, those ATI assignments aren't due tomorrow. I mean, we're not, that will be more than likely everything will be due next Friday. And we will let you know when all of that is accessible. And I'll have another Q&A if y'all are having issues getting into it. But once you add the product, you're going to see tabs and you're going to say, oh, this says communication nurses touch, and you're going to kind of know. It's pretty self-explanatory, but without seeing all that stuff, you can't really do anything. Okay, does that make y'all feel better about ATI? Because that's the most questions that I've got. ATI is stressing people out big time. But it, a pretty good weight of your course comes from this. Again, I know I had to do ATI both times I went to school, and I did not like it, and it was annoying to me. But I also didn't understand as a younger student the importance of it. So just take it seriously for me. And again, try to take notes. Don't just let it play in the background. Let's see. So yes, I can see if your account is created. Let me go to my chat where I can, let's see. So there was confusion with the graduation date, which held up some of our accounts from showing. Okay, so yes, I talked to Miss Lott about that yesterday. I promise, I know y'all haven't seen me, but I haven't been like completely MIA. I've been talking to Miss Lott and Miss Borders every day. Miss Lott, excuse me. That's fine. That's fine, Destiny. Miss Lott will move you if for some reason you are in the wrong cohort, because technically y'all's graduation date is 5/22. But there was only a 12/22 cohort showing up individually. If you end up in the wrong cohort, Miss Lott can move you. She has the authority to move you. So just create your account, and either if you're in the wrong place, we'll get you to the right place. So that we're aware of that issue as well. Question is, so are our assignments due tomorrow or next week? The assignments that can be done, the 3 hard copy assignments, are still due tomorrow. That stands, and I don't take late assignments unless you give me a heck of a reason. I'm not about late assignments. And I mean, I'm talking like a heck of a reason. So those 3 are due tomorrow.
So,
ATI.
sorry. Those are the ones that are right there on skill sets for January 28th and 29th for the demo videos and all.
The demo videos, the 19.1, I don't know the numbers.
0.3 and 0.4?
Yes.
Okay,
those
so
are the ones that are due
studies.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
The virtual case studies?
Yeah, the virtual case studies are still not accessible because they're within ATI.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to clarify.
Yes. So just make sure that when I give you the okay, and I'll change those due dates, but I'm not even changing the due dates yet. I see somebody asked if they're due next week. They're probably going to be due whatever your next lab day is, but I'm still just waiting for ATI. Soon, I'm hopeful that ATI will be situated by Monday and everything will be due by Friday is my plan, but we'll see. Okay, let's see what else is on my list. We talked about the syllabus. Okay, so foundations. I'm sure that Miss Borders also told y'all that students think like, I don't know, they're just ready to get out of foundations and they're ready to move on to pharm and all of these other classes and med surge. If you don't learn what you need to learn in foundations, then nothing else matters in this whole entire program, because I'm teaching you how to give blood pressure medications. But if you don't know what normal, when you get to, I'm not teaching you in this class, but when you get to your next level up, I'm teaching you how to give blood pressure medications. But if you can't accurately measure a blood pressure and you don't know what's normal and what's abnormal, then you don't need to be given medicine. So just take this class really, really seriously. One of my, and I don't want y'all to think I'm a butt. I'm just kind of giving y'all my pet peeves beforehand. When you come to my class, I know the first 2 to 3 weeks of this course is lame. I know y'all know how to probably make a bed, and I know y'all probably know how to wash your hands and all of those sort of things. But I don't like y'all just standing around. Like, I need to feel like you're invested. I don't want to see your arms folded. I don't want to see your phones out. I want to see you chit-chatting. Like, if you have 20-minute station to wash your hands, then just wash your hands for that time frame. The way my class usually works, I know she posted the calendars for you guys. I usually will split you in. Okay, so you'll come in your A, B, C group. Okay, so like group A, I'll see next Thursday. For the time that you're there, out of that group A, I will split you into 3 to 4 groups from there. And then we'll divide, and I'll have 4 stations. So we'll have a hand washing station. We'll have a, transferring station. and then we'll switch and I'll wander all around, and it's a whole lot of individualized, like it's nice to have the small groups because you can ask me questions in a non-stressful environment and you can just get some really good hands-on. Most people like lab. I mean, I think they say they do. It's more of a laid back class. You kind of get to do some of the stuff that you learn. I think I pronounced your name earlier wrong too. Is it Brittany? You have a question?
It's Britain.
Britain. Sorry, I don't know why I keep messing that up. It's not that difficult.
Look, you're not the only person. Everybody pronounces it Brittany.
I mean, I feel like it's not that hard, but I keep messing it up. Okay, Britain.
The country, Britain.
Britain. Got it.
Do we need to purchase our own stethoscopes and stuff like that? And if we have already, can we bring them to class and use them?
Okay, so good question. You are the same kind of drama there is with ATI. There's the same drama with supply bags. We have purchased within your tuition is included, and it's not really drama, it's just logistics on the back end. We have purchased a bag with the things that you're going to need, like a blood pressure cuff and a stethoscope and a pen, a pen light, all of those things we have purchased for you, and you will get it from me and I will pass it out in class. If you have a good stethoscope, you're absolutely welcome to bring it. Just make sure you label it because I know the good ones are not cheap. So make sure it has your name on it, and make sure that, sorry, I have another meeting that's sending me all kinds of updates, that you have your name on it and that you keep up with it. But you will get those before your bag. Even if your bags don't come in before we start doing blood pressure cuffs, I have other from previous semesters. We won't be at a disadvantage. We will use them and utilize them. You just won't be able to bring them home until your bag comes in.
Okay, because I bought a good stethoscope. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, you'll probably, the ones we order are pretty good, but you'll prefer probably the one that you bought. So just bring it with you.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see what else.
When we get to class, will we be doing these blood pressures on each other?
Yes, we will be doing blood pressures on each other. We will be doing AccuChecks on each other where we're checking each other's sugar. We won't be doing anything really. That's the most invasive thing that we'll do to one another. We'll transfer one another. We will, I'm trying to think, we'll move each other up. Usually I get in the bed and let y'all move me and transfer me. We'll do some like verbal assessments on each other. We'll do some like psychosocial assessments, but really the most thing you're going to be doing to each other is the AccuCheck later on in the semester, blood sugar checks. Let's see, Ms. Borders briefly mentioned something about a supply bag. Is there anything we'll have to purchase ourselves? So current time, the only thing that you are responsible for is having your uniform. You do need let me try to see if I can make these notifications not come to me because they're very distracting from this other meeting. Okay, hopefully that helped. You will need a watch with a second hand. I don't know if that should be in your handbook. You can get them from Walmart, not like an iWatch, like a Cheapo Depot count respirations for 30 seconds watch. I think they're like $4 at Walmart. You will need that and your normal uniform that you were, told to purchase originally. I think those are still, y'all haven't even got all those in yet, from my understanding, huh? Do y'all have your uniforms, yay or nay? Okay. When you come to my class, pending, if you don't have your uniform, let me know. But when you come to my class, your uniform is required, okay? That's part of we have to get you ready for industry, so we have to say, no, you can't wear slippers to class. No, sorry, go home. So make sure that when your uniform comes in, that you do wear it to class. And if you don't have it in, just let me know, not a crisis. Nursing shoes for lab, tennis shoes will suffice for lab. And really I'll have to go back to the handbook and see if they changed it. But even for first semester clinicals, they're not super, super grumpy on the shoes as long as they're closed toe and, light colored. But for lab, regular tennis shoes are fine. I would suggest there's going to be, especially the first couple of semesters, like, you don't have to wear, you're going to be doing like lifting and, you know, like squatting and all of that stuff. So wear like just comfortable stuff where like if I need you to climb up in the bed, you can move in your scrubs. Make sure that you can work in your scrubs, and that they're not just tight and cute. Okay. What else y'all got? Y'all good on ATI? Y'all are good on lab. So ATI, we have lab. This week, your responsibility for lab is to watch the videos and submit the stuff that you can. Okay. Next week, you will be on campus per the schedule. So if you are in group A or B, you will be there on Thursday. And if you are in group C, you will be there on Friday for lab. Everyone's exams are on Friday. So look at that schedule. If you just really cannot wrap your head around that schedule, let me know and I'll explain it to you better. Or if you still don't get it right now, let me know. For my Friday people, we did lab last semester. We did it. We waited until 12 to get our lab started and everyone hated it because they took their exam and then they had to waste like 2.5 hours waiting for lab. So we will give you a break, but we did decide to do it at 10:30 for that reason, because everybody fussed about having to kill all that time unnecessarily. So that is why your lab looks like it lasts a little bit longer. I'm going to give you a 30-minute break to go get a little snack or whatever. So those are for now. On the days that you do not have physical face-to-face where you do not see my face lab, there will be videos and the same sort of thing posted that takes up those hours that you're not face-to-face with me, okay? Those must be done before you come to my lab, all right? Y'all know that my class is a co-requisite with, and I say my class, this class is a co-requisite with Miss Borders' class. So if you fail one, pass the other. Either way, you don't move on. But you have to pass them both, okay, to move on. Let's see. Rona, you have your hand up.
Yes, so we're not going to have Zoom meetings with your lab. We're just going to watch videos after you have your lab.
Yes, correct. You will have, if there is like something that we really need to discuss, but most of the time I can say really what you're going to be doing in my class, you will have already learned in lecture in Miss Borders' class. I'm just the hands-on, tie it all together kind of thing. So if there is, I'm not going to say there's never ever going to be any time where we meet together like this, but we shouldn't. It definitely won't be scheduled. Definitely won't be scheduled. If for some reason last semester we did have some quarantines because we're in close contact, you know, and we're kind of touching each other and doing our thing in class together. So last semester we did have some quarantines where we had to miss, you know, a lab or whatever. Should that arise, we will cross that bridge when we get there on how if we're gonna do face-to-face or if we're gonna do case studies or whatever. But we're just gonna like hope that we see each other face-to-face because it's a whole lot more effective. Let's see. Let me go back to my chat. On the handbook, it says that the hair needs to be up off of the collar. Does that mean our hair needs to be in a bun? That just means that I don't want your hair. So when you are in clinical, as long as it doesn't necessarily have to be in a bun, but if you have like extensions or braids and they're hanging halfway down your back, then it needs to be in a clip or it needs to be like this. The issue is you can't work like this, y'all. We're not coming to work to look hot, okay? You can't work like this and trying to look at your watch and your hair's all up on your patient. That's not effective, okay? So we're not like crazy with, you know, it has to be in a bun, but it does not need to be, it doesn't need to be all in your face. Doesn't need to have any little cute spriggies hanging down. Just get it out of your face where you can work. We won't work in hair. Okay? If you have like short poof and your hair's already off of your neck and your hair's just short, that's fine. I guess you didn't need the whole demonstration of my hair being poofy. I get a little extra sometimes to try to control myself. Let's see. You feeling good? The questions are slowing down. Y'all are feeling better? Feeling like you're ready? Feeling like it's all making a little bit more sense?
Mrs. Trailer.
Yes.
It was the mandatory video that had to be done before February 10th.
Which one?
It was something that needed to be done before February 10th, before we got kicked out the program.
Do you know who? It was a video?
I'm not sure. That's all.
I think it was like a mandatory ATI video they were saying.
Okay, so what that is, if that's what you're talking about, Tabitha, I'm not totally sure. But on the, that I was headed there anyway. This week you have online assignments. Next week we're face-to-face. The following week, there is going to be a mandatory ATI. It's kind of like an in-service / test studying skills / other stuff. It's a presentation that I don't put on. It's an ATI presentation. That will count as your lab hours for that week. It is scheduled for the 11th, February the 11th. I believe it's from 8 to 12. I promise to give you additional details when all of that is confirmed with me. But you're not going to have a skill set for that week because it's going to take place, and that will be your assignment for that week. But I'll make sure you're in the know. I hate to give information too soon because it changes like y'all would not believe. Like as soon as I say, oh, hey, this is what this is, then I get a never mind, it's at this time. So just make yourself available on that day, which is the 11th. Let me see what day of the week it is. Let's see, photos. So the 11th is a Thursday. So even if you're in group C, go ahead and make yourself available for Thursday, February the 11th from 8 to 3, because you'll very, very likely be face-to-face or on that call on that day during that time. And the time is not going to be, it's not something that you can complete independently. My understanding is it's a live kind of thing, so you're not going to have an option on when you can watch it and when you can't. But I will give very specific, let me make myself a note, details whenever they are set in stone for me. ATI on the 11th. Are you taught? Let me go back in my chat. Hold on. Going to assignments due tomorrow or next week. That was the old question. Hold on. Okay, water bottles in class. So bring one. Current COVID rules are that you're not supposed to have an open container because then you have to take your mask off, but I will give you breaks to get a sip of your water, okay? But you can bring a water bottle, but you can't just kind of like sip on it the whole time you're in class. We have to follow those COVID. Lindsay, this is going to sound ugly. If you work on the 11th, you're going to have to tell work that it's mandatory. I don't have the full details, and I will email Miss Lott, but we know that there's life outside of school, but that is during your school hours, so I don't think it's going to be excused if you miss. And that is I want y'all to understand that. Kind of brings me into this. I know that a lot of us have to work. Like, I mean, I know money makes the world go round. I get that. And I get that juggling them is difficult and frustrating. But when it comes to school, based on the commitment that you've made, we're going to hold you to that commitment pretty much always, because you've signed up for this, 8 to 3 kind of thing. So if it was outside of that time frame, that would be something different that you could, kind of go head to head with us. But work schedules come up a whole lot. Have a lot of students that say, hey, I'm on the schedule. Can I leave it too? No, you can't. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it goes. Try not to schedule yourself on those days. Let's see, will the meeting be online or on campus? I think there's too many of y'all for it to be on campus, but I have not heard, so I am assuming it's going to be online. Those are the details that I don't have yet. What else? Let me look at my list. I wasn't going to keep y'all this long. I'm sorry. Did somebody go to ask me something?
Yes, ma'am. Can you remind me what time the clinical is for Group A on Thursday?
Group A, let me pull up and share the screen because I don't want to tell you wrong. So hold on just a second, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's see. Can you guys, I'm going to share my screen. Andrea, whenever I exit out, you're the only one that I can see. So just shake your head big if you can see it for me, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I see it.
Okay, it may have gone away whenever I went to click on it. So if you are in Group A, all right, forget about A and P, okay? But just because you have a schedule for that too. But for lab, you will be in class for my lab from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Thursdays, okay? And then for A and P, you have a different day. That's Monday. But my lab is from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Thursdays. Group B, you have a day for A&P and Foundations, which is Tuesday, but my lab for Group B is Thursdays from 12 to 3. And then Group C will be on Fridays for my lab from 10:30 to 2. Okay. And then we'll either do like you'll either have a 30-minute lunch break, or if y'all opt to power through and just take a quick break and get off, you know, at your 3 hours, we'll cross that bridge when we get there on Fridays. But those are your physical days that you come to class for me. Let's see. You do have summer classes. So if you look in the back of your handbook, I haven't been to the, since we let out in the fall, I have not been back up to my office. Sorry, my hair's all in my face. I have not been back up to my office since then. I've been working from home. So I don't have the updated handbook, but I think if you flip all the way to the back, your schedule should be there. If anybody has one, I can try to look, hold on. But you'll get a very short break, but you don't get you don't get a full summer for your next classes. I'm gonna see, I might have the handbook. Hold on, I'll look. Let's see. Oh, look, I do. Hold on, I'll share it with y'all. I'm still here. I'm just getting it to the right page. Can you still see it? I still only see, I don't know your name yet. Y'all give me a thumbs up if you can see my handbook. Everybody, that way, because I can only see a few of y'all. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not over here. All right, this is y'all's schedule. It is in the handbook on page 22. So this is what your life is going to look like, okay? Actually, y'all started in the spring, so this is not accurate for y'all. This is the order that it's going to go in, but it'll be spring. Spring will be where fall is, if y'all want to just correct it on your end. So this will say spring semester. which is currently you're taking PN Foundations, you're taking Foundations Lab, A&P, and Terminology. And then summer semester, you'll have Pharm, PN1, and PN1 Clinical. And then fall will be here. And then you'll have your spring semester here. And then you'll finish in May. Make sense? But that's the order of your classes. It's not necessarily correct with the, because y'all are spring semester admission, but that's the order that you'll go in. Those are all the classes that you can expect to take in the program. I am not your tuition girl. I have no clue how that works. Oh, is it locked on y'all saying y'all can't see the file? Okay, so what I will do, because it wasn't fully correct, I'll email Miss Lott and see if she has the updated version for a spring start, and I'll upload it. So I'm not going to unlock it yet, or I can unlock it and just don't, like, you know, freak out if it's not. Let's see, hold on. I'll go ahead and unlock it so you can look at it.
Do you know why the code for ATI, like when it asked us for our graduation date, it said that it was like December of next year?
Yeah, that's where some of the stuff is coming in, because that was the only cohort that was available, and your actual graduation date, if you move forward in the program like you're supposed to, is May, not December, because it's an 18-month program. But I don't know why ATI has it like that. We've been in contact with Glenn. It may or may not be fixed, but just because that says 12/22 doesn't mean y'all are graduating in 12/22. Let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to unlock that or not, but I'll put it on my list of things to do. But I'll try to get it for y'all. Unlock handbook. Medical terminology should be an online class if you are missing that. What else y'all got? That's pretty much my expectations, outline, the plan. I look forward to meeting y'all. I'd much rather be in person. I recognize some of y'all's faces. Worked with a few of you. Went to school with one of y'all, I think. Y'all good? Y'all are getting quiet. I think quiet is a good thing. Do y'all feel better? Ish? Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you're ready now? You ready? All right. No questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No want lunch? Not getting hangry? I'm on a diet right now. I'm always hangry, so good luck with that. Maybe I'll be over the anger whenever we're actually face to face.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I received an email about the nurse portal, I guess, from Miss Lott, and so we just had to continue and finish that account and pay for it.
That is through the board. So any questions like that, I know what you're talking about, but I can't necessarily direct you. Any questions that are related to the nurse portal or anything that has to do with the board, with the LSBPNE board, you need to direct those questions to Miss Bro, Melissa Bro, and Miss Lott. I would send it to both of them or CC one of them, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction with that, because I don't have a lot of information on that. One of y'all's classmates wants to know if y'all have foundations at 12. I don't think y'all do, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Do y'all have foundations today? No, I'm seeing mostly no's. No foundations today.
No.
Okay. What else? Questions? Need to know anything about me? Need to know anything about anything? All right, quiet is good. Well, if you think of any questions after we get off, I don't mind answering them. Get those assignments in. I said, show up to class next week. Y'all do know that you cannot, this is not Miss Traylor saying that you can't miss class. The board says you can't miss more than 10%. You're subject to be dropped from the class if you miss more than 10%. So if this class is worth, I don't know offhand, but if it's worth 75 hours, then if you miss more than 7.5 hours, then you're subject to be dropped from the class. So keep up with your attendance. Like, don't miss, because what happens, people miss because they want to go out of town on a Friday. So they miss lab. Like I said, I'm not dumb. Like, I know how these things work. They're like, oh, I'm gonna go out of town, I'm gonna be good. And then their sweet mama dies a couple months later and they miss 2 classes. Well, yes, those were excused, you know, whenever their family member passed away, that, you know, we're not cold-hearted. But when they wanted to go to Panama for the weekend for their sister's birthday, that is not excused. And that's really what bumped them over for their time. So be mindful of that going in, because we can't fix that on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not our rule. That is the board's rule. So do not miss unless you have to miss. Now, don't come if you're sick. We'll cross all of that. You know, you have to do your little COVID check-in and all that. But don't just miss because you feel like you had a rough day. And that the biggest issue we had was people leaving on Fridays. My group C, if you had a crappy test, they were like, I'm done, I'm leaving for the day. You got to get yourself together and come to lab. Okay. All right. All good? Yes. All right. Well, I am going to let everybody disconnect. If anybody has a question that they did not want to ask in front of everyone, just hang on the call. I'll hang on here, you know, for a few seconds. Otherwise, y'all are dismissed, and I hope that y'all feel better and more relaxed going into next week. And it was nice to meet everybody. Thank you for being respectful and here.
See you next week.
All right, bye.
Miss Traylor, I have a question.
Yes.
I thought that at the end of May that we had a summer break.
So you do have a little break, but it's not, when people say summer, they mean, I'll have to look at the academic schedule. I'll pull it up while we're on here. It should be online already. And I'll see when that break is. So there is a little break, but it's not like all the way until August. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's like maybe a 4-week break. It's not like a full, you know, like the kids are out from the end of May to the beginning of August.
I definitely need to prepare for that.
Okay. I will, I'll email, I'm trying to make a list for y'all and just email Miss Lott all at once. I don't work over the summer. I stay home with my kids. But y'all have farm this summer, so I don't know if that maybe means I am working. So I guess we'll have to ask her for myself too, what those dates look like. So whenever I get them, I will send them out to y'all.
Okay.
But I do know for sure it's not May to August. Like, it keeps rolling.
Hey, Miss Taylor, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it's about the homework on the 19.4. The 2 questions that, like, I don't know, they confuse me so bad. What are the specific difference in hair care with different types of hair? And, well, that was pretty much the only one. I looked all in the book and I couldn't find it.
It's mainly has to do with different ethnicities. Kind of look online. It's mainly different ethnicities. You know, some different ethnicities don't like their hair washed every day because it could dry them out. It's really a personal preference kind of thing. You're not going to find a whole lot of specifics on it, but just look online and see what you can find there as far as recommendations for hair washing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Heather, did you have another question?
No, I thought you were going to pull it up at the academic schedule.
Yeah, I can. I just don't think.
Do I have access to that?
Yes, go to. I'm gonna pull it up while you're on here. I just didn't know if you were waiting, because it'll say. Hold on. Let me just hang tight. I'll pull it up for you. Let's see. So I I know your last day, if this is helpful at all, your last day for this current semester is going to be, we turn in our grades on May 17th. So the last day that you'll report to your current class is May 14th. And then let's see if this one is up. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Summer. It looks like y'all come back. I will have to confirm, but it looks like y'all come back June 7th. So you'll only be off from May the 15th to June 7th. So what is that, 3 weeks? 1, 2, yeah, that looks like 3 weeks.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Keely, did you have a question too, or you were just hanging out?
No, ma'am. I was just listening to everyone else's questions.
All right. I'll see you guys next week.
Miss Trailer.
Yes.
Do we have just pharmacology for summer?
I will have to, I'm sorry, I know I'm not helpful in those questions, but I normally don't teach over the summer. You're probably going to have pharm and the first part of med surge 1. But I will have to confirm that because I don't usually work during the summer because my course doesn't usually fall over the summer. It usually falls in the fall and the spring. So it's just y'all's start time is a little bit different, from, where it was before. So I'll have to ask Miss Lott. All right. You're welcome.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. I see you're still here too, Annette. Did you have a question?
Yes. I had a question in regards to the ATI account.
Mm-hmm.
Can you verify if I've created my account all the way through? Because I received that same email from Ms. Lott and Ms. Bro last night. I did the LSBPN, I think I'm saying that right, last night, and I uploaded the picture of the account that I created to both of them. And then I received another message. It came through weird. It came through Canvas, but it was from Ms. Lott. And she said that I'm good to go ahead and create not the ATI account, but the other account for the state board.
Okay, so Nurse Portal and ATI are totally different. So I don't know I can look and see if you created your ATI account, but it's completely separate from the Nurse Portal account. The Nurse Portal account has to do with Miss Bro and Miss Lott and the board.
Okay, may you check for the ATI? I don't think I went through all the way. I know I created the account, but it was with my personal email address. I wasn't sure if you needed us to put our school email address on there, if that made any sense.
I'll look for you. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, hang on just a second. See, y'all are still not fully showing up on here, but I can look somewhere else. Let's see. Bear with me. When it's all loaded, you come up on this main page, but it's a little bit different since y'all aren't fully loaded. So just hang tight for a second. Let's see. All right, tell me your name again.
Annette Williams.
Okay, I do not see you on here. on the 1222 cohort. Let me make sure that you're not on the 522 cohort, but it doesn't look like it's completed.
Okay.
Let's see.
Would it matter if I use my personal email address opposed to the school email address?
It should not, as long as you chose the right. Do you know how to share your screen? Can you pull it up from your end?
Let me see.
I can try to help you. The thing that would affect it is if you chose the wrong school, or like the wrong location, that would definitely affect it and you wouldn't be able to get in.
I don't see the option to share my screen. Maybe because you're sharing yours.
Okay, let me unshare. Okay. Let's see. I only have one student in this one and it doesn't look like you. Hold on.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't remember adding the school, so that's probably why you don't see.
You probably did not finish completing your account. So let me stop sharing my screen. If you go in, excuse me. If you pull up your ATI account, do you remember your login and your password?
Yes, I'm just gonna do it. It's not giving me the option to share my screen, but I'm going to the ATI website now.
Okay, there will be a page that says like your profile or your information or something like that, and it's got like a lot of drop down options, and you're gonna choose it says I think PN Hammond. You'll have to go back to that the little thing I shared in y'all's, I can't think, in the NTCC information tab, that tells you, go here and then choose, I think it says PN Hammond campus or something like that. Okay. So just make sure you choose the right school.
Do it, and so you don't have to stay on, and then I'll just send you an email and let you know, like, hey, I think I did it. Can you go back?
And if you're having issues with it and we need to troubleshoot it, just let me know.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ms. Trailer.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
It's not gonna work. What? Kissing my butt during my call. What are you talking about? I heard him talking about you. You're the cop all crazy and you want your old job back. How can I? Can't make him like you. Leave him. I'll try. I'm hungry. Me too.
You know what's going on? Oh, man.
Oh, no, that's not a good idea. They're called Lucy berries. They're extremely toxic.
What's wrong?
We're gonna take care of it. When I get back, you're gonna have to tell me. What job? I'll see you soon. You picked her up? Yeah, we don't know anything. We know we can't do it.